Good morning, Next Generation. It's Miss Kate, and we are again in my garage because it still is a bit windy at my house, and it's really hard to hear when I've got the phone out in the yard. But today I have a STEAM activity for us to do, and we can do this with children that are really young and all the way up to 100. So STEAM is science, technology, engineering, arts, and math, and today we need you to go around your house with your adults, and we need you to find some either mason jars or maybe some Tupperware, something that's kind of clear that you can see through and has a cover on it. So the example that I'm going to give you is I went around my house this morning and I found some mason jars, and they all have lids on them and they're all different sizes. And then I have a really big one right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out in my yard and I'm gonna find a bunch of different things to put, not a bunch, I'm gonna find a bunch of 3 things to put in each of my 3 containers. Now, if you have more containers, you can do more. So you can put a bunch of rocks in one container, you can put sticks, you can put worms, you can put all tiny little pine needles if you want. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna fill your jar, or put as many in as you want, of your objects. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna sit down with the adults at your house and you're gonna figure out and guess or estimate, that's a big word, can we say it? Estimate? We're gonna estimate how many objects you have inside. So is it going to be 5? Is it going to be 500? Or is it gonna be 50? Maybe we can get 50 worms inside here, Mr. T. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around, I'm going to collect a bunch of stuff, and then I'm going to come back and show you what my collection jars look like. And then I'm going to let Mr. T take a look and see how many he estimates of each object are in the glass jars. So it's a fun game that you can do with children that are really little, and you can get bigger objects so they can count those. Or you can even get your family that's older and they can guess, and you can turn it into a game. Maybe whoever gets the closest to the number without going over gets to have a special book read at night, or gets to go for a special walk with an adult at night. Just all sorts of fun things that you can do to try to get outside. Okay, Next Generation, I was able to go out and explore in my yard and find some things. And I did find a couple of things that we can use for my jars. So the first thing I have is a jar full of a lot of different colorful rocks that I found. Then I found some bark, and I took pieces of bark, and there's gonna be a couple of stipulations on this estimation jar, but it has to be a full piece of bark and it can't be broken off. And then I found a bunch of leaves, and the leaves one I think we're gonna have the most fun with, to see who can figure out how many leaves are in there. So now what you do with your adults is you go and you sit down and everybody looks at this, and you're all gonna take some time to do your thinking, and you're gonna think how many leaves are in the jar, how many pieces of bark are in the jar, and how many rocks are inside the jar. And then you can make it into a fun game with your family. And you can keep doing this over and over again with different things that you find outside. And that is the estimation jar for our STEAM project today. I hope you guys have a great day and that you are able to get out and explore nature. I'll see you guys soon.